Us Weekly has a article that came out a couple hours ago that says Jade Roper and Tanner Tolbert believe Bachelorette ratings will be down without Chris Harrison. So I'd like to know what you think there, who's watching on the live stream. Call me up right now, 401-213-9828, and let me know, do you think Jade Roper and do you think Chris Harrison will be the reason why Bachelorette ratings are down without him? My personal belief before I read this article, is that Tayshia and Caitlin, who are co-mentoring, co-hosting, whatever they want to call it, semantics, right? I think they are going to introduce their own fan base into the show, and I think it will offset whatever ratings are lost from Chris Harrison. Let's see if Jade and Tanner have a similar sort of belief here. I don't know. Oh, do we have do they have an actual video of this? Let's see if this is a video. Hold on one second, folks, here. I didn't know they were doing a video here, but it looks like it's done with like 2 megapixel camera here. Nothing like Us Weekly to report the facts. Let's see what we got.
Like, oh, he'll just take off one season or whatever the case may be. I haven't heard any like rumors.
And then what do you guys think of Tayshia and Caitlin stepping into co-host this upcoming season of The Bachelorette?
It's going to be interesting. I think they'll do a good job. I mean, they're both very well spoken and bring a lot to the table.
Yeah, they both have like a strong presence.
Yeah. So I think they'll do a good job. Although I'm a CH fan, I still hope there's some sort of resolution there, just because, I mean, he is the face of the show. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I'm sure ratings will be down a little bit this year. It's probably just gonna be fact. Because there's going to be
it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah,
I mean, it may not.
Maybe not, but if I had to guess, I think ratings will be down, because I think there will be a section of people that say, like, I'm not watching without Chris Harrison, even though I think that's kind of a silly take, because the show is still the show, but it'll be interesting to see what happens moving forward.
I think the girls will do a fantastic job.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah. You think Chris will be back?
Man, so I thought Chris would be back when this all happened initially. Like, I was like, oh, he'll be back for sure. Like, oh, he'll just take off one season or whatever the case may be. I haven't heard any like rumors, and like the longer it is in between, like the more doubtful I become. Yeah. So
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah. Neither.
We'll have to wait and see. Did you guys reach out to Caitlin and Jason after their big engagement news? I don't know if you guys are close.
Yeah, I mean, we're not like close, but obviously she was his bachelorette. Right. She was on my season, so we're so excited for them. I feel like they've been together a while now, and they obviously seem very in love, and so yeah, we wish them the best.
The
club
headlines,
music's
Matt
killing
and Rachel
me.
are giving their relationship another shot. Obviously, you guys have had a relationship in the spotlight for a number of years. I mean, what kind of advice do you have for them now that they're kind of navigating this new part of their relationship?
I mean, they've got so much like outside stuff being said about them in a zillion different ways. So I would just say, try to silence that,
Shut out the noise.
Go have as much of a normal life as you can. And see if it feels right between the two of you. Don't listen to every article that's out there or this person's comment or advice, because I know they're probably getting a lot of it. Some positive, probably some negative. So yeah, just go do what's best for you, and don't listen to all the noise.
Yeah. Is it hard to kind of block it out though? Because I'm sure, obviously you deal with people on social media all the time that have opinions about literally everything that you do.
It is. I mean, I kind of set a mental rule for myself. I only check Reddit once a year. You know what I mean?
Smart.
Like, if I'm feeling too good about myself, I'll go read Reddit for a day, just take it down a notch. But you honestly can't get in the habit of looking at that stuff, because although 95% of the people are super nice, there's always going to be that, that small group that, just says shit that's going to make you angry. You know what I mean? Make you question things. And it's just part of social media, unfortunately. So look at it less than you want to, and realize that those comments will always be there. They'll always find something.
And what you have to remember is what other people think of you is none of your business. And I have to remind myself that too. I'm wearing the Tanner hat out of respect, the backwards hat there. But yeah, so they talked about a lot here. I hate these I hate these interviews, the club music in the background. Oh my gosh. But call right now if you're listening live and you want to share your opinion. You know what? The headline, as always goes, is more clicky than what he actually said. The headline, ratings will be down without Chris Harrison. And then the truth is, yeah, I could see the ratings taking a dent. And then she goes, well, maybe not. And then they have a nuanced discussion about it. But I understand that I understand that a nuanced discussion doesn't pay their bills. And as long as we live in a society, as long as the world rewards clickbait, this is what you're going to get. And that's the truth. I mean, we live in an algorithm where you got to get more clicks than the other person. And that's, you're going to say ratings down. Maybe I'll title this video, ratings will be down. Who knows what I'll title it? But the point is that they're more nuanced and they are fans of Chris Harrison. And look, I'm a fan of Chris Harrison. The question is, did he atone for his sins? Did he? I mean, that's going to be up for everyone to decide. I think so. And I think that what, corporations like ABC and other big corporations have to reckon with is they have to understand is the audience that's going to boycott you worth whatever the outcome is that the audience wants. You know, like someone had mentioned, there's 20,000 people said if Chris Harrison doesn't come back, then we're going to cancel watching Bachelorette. And it's like, okay, cool. And I did the math on that. And that's like, instead of having a party where 500 people show up, you have a party where 499.9 people show up. And again, we discussed the adverse effect where maybe Tayshia brings a community that wasn't watching. Maybe Caitlyn brings a community that wasn't watching. They both have gigantic platforms. Chances are, I think Chris Harrison should come back. I think having him be a part of the discussion is better than what will happen to the people that aren't maybe at a place where they can understand the nuanced conversation. And people say, well, if he's going to be gone, then I am going to turn in my ABC badge or whatever they do, you know? If someone feels that way, you know, maybe it's better if Chris Harrison sticks around and they have him be a part of the conversations of change, growth, talking, using his story. Again, we come back to it, using your platform. I don't know, folks. Wouldn't it be crazy? L-Doc said, apologizing without atonement is just guilt exempting. Well, yeah, but the question is what's the atonement? Like, what can he or will he do to sort of show people that he understands where he went wrong and what he plans to do to move forward? Okay, let's click on this voicemail.
The sheriff here.
Oh, this is Oz. So call in right now if you want. I have no one else after Oz. So if anyone wants to call in right now, and I'll play your voicemail. Let me know what you think is going to go down if Chris Harrison doesn't return in the fall, or tell me what you think about Chris Harrison coming back or staying gone and what they're going to do. All right, Oz, you're up.
100% the ratings will be down. It won't really cater to their Midwestern base not to have Chris Harrison there, and also the ratings will also be down in the South, and that's pretty much where they get the cake as far as the ratings. So I think the ratings will be down as far as without Chris Harrison, even with bringing the new audience with Caitlyn and Tayshia. I'll be watching for sure, but yeah, I believe the ratings will be down across the board without Chris Harrison because he's such a staple in the Bachelor franchise, and we'll see what happens going forward. Okay, bye, everyone.
Thank you, Oz. Great points there. Yeah, of course, we must remember the giant amount of the giant fan base he has, and not only that, the politicization. Did I say that right? Wow, too much coffee, folks. The how binary we all are. I'm against cancel culture, so I guess I need to support Chris Harrison, and it's like, you know, we'll see. Every situation is unique, but Chris Harrison obviously issued several apologies, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what goes down there. You know, it's kind of like old Billy Bush, right? He got fired from his job for what Trump said, and then Trump became president. Life's not always fair. Things kind of work out that way. It all comes down to, like, are you in a position where you can be fired? Chris Harrison sort of is. Now, he got Brian Friedman, power attorney, so clearly he won't go down without swinging. I love the idea that Cora had in this in here where she says maybe Chris Harrison could, like, open the door and, like, let the mentors come in and do the day-to-day, and Chris Harrison does the big regalia. Maybe Chris Harrison... Maybe it's Queen Chris Harrison, and then Tayshia is the Prime Minister. How about that? Is that to relate to our UK fans over there? All right, let's go to our next caller. I'm going to take a couple more calls. I got the phone lines open if anyone wants to call in, if you're watching live. If you're catching this video after on Friday and you want to watch the full video, the full 90-minute plus live stream, you can go click on that as well. We had a blast today talking about a lot of hotbed topics in Bachelor news. All right, here we go. Let's hear from this caller.
Hey, Dave, it's Soraya. I kind of agree with you. You know, we may lose some old viewers of Chris's, or we may gain some of Caitlyn's as well as Tayshia's audience. I'm actually really excited to see what they can bring. It's obviously it's going to be different. It's going to, not be a Chris Harrison 5, but I'm pretty excited and I'm willing to give them a chance. So that's my take. All right. Bye.
Sarai, thank you so much. And to be honest, you have to look at other factors when it comes to the ratings. The ratings might be down because it's going to be the first season in 2 seasons where the world's opening back up. The season premieres the Monday after summer begins. So we are going to have to look into the fact that will people be sticking around or will they finally be going outdoors and doing other things? I'm petrified about that. I'm petrified. I want as many eyeballs on the show as possible. This is what we do. We talk about it. So we'll have to see. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? I think that I could see a world in which the ratings go down purely because Bachelor premiered in January, and for all the people that live in the winter conditions, the sun's going down at 5, you're in for the night, you might click it on, and maybe people are out at a barbecue on Monday afternoon doing happy hour, at the Dodgers game in left field. Who knows? Will that be enough to change things? I guess we'll have to compare this upcoming Bachelor season to past Bachelor seasons that aired at the beginning of summer. Again, the timeline's been all shifted, so I have no idea if that's when it normally airs. Obviously, this is a crazy year. We're doing nonstop because, normally we take a break. We went Bachelorette, we went Claire, then Tayshia, took a week off, went to Matt James. Now we have a couple months off, a little bit of breathing room. And then what's coming up next? We have Katie Thurston. We have Bachelor in Paradise. We have Michelle Young. And then will that go right into a Bachelor? Is all of ABC just going to become people trying to get their Harrisons boinked in a yurt? I mean, what's going to be going on over there? Last chance if anyone wants to call in. I got an open phone line ready to take your voicemails. Last chance to call in. Let's look at the chat section. Ashley Barker says, honestly, every time Chris Harrison was on screen, he looked like he hated his life. No, well, I mean, Chris Harrison's job, the worst thing you can do to somebody is ostracize them. Now, it doesn't mean Chris Harrison was very flippant and very dismissive of Rachel Lindsay. That happened. That's done. But as far as Chris Harrison's, day-to-day life goes, I'm sure he gets a lot of value by being on the set, by talking to the sound guy. Oh, how you doing? You still playing summer baseball? How's the kid? It's his job. I mean, it's your day-to-day. So I'm sure as much as it's nice to go golfing in the off-season, you got to imagine it's been tough to lose that identity. Chris Harrison will not work again in Hollywood if he loses this job. So is he at the age where he's ready to retire and kick rocks, or does he want a redemption story? If it were me, I'd want to be back on the show. I'd want a redemption story. I'd want to speak. If I really feel like that's not the character who I am, I'd want to keep sharing that love. I'd want to keep educating myself and spreading that love and having that redemption. For everyone who says, well, he's got enough money, he can go ride off into the sunset and retire. People don't get into Hollywood because they want to ride off in the sunset and retire. They're fighting their own demons. They want to be loved. And I feel like Chris Harrison, the irony of this whole situation is that he probably just wants the love and respect from everyone in doing what he did by having that tough conversation. Probably, and this is what gets crazy, Chris Harrison is a company man. Probably, and I know other people have posted that said this, so I'm not speaking out of left field here, but Chris Harrison was probably speaking on the talking points from Bachelor, which is do this interview, tease that Rachel Kirkconnell will speak her truth at the after the final rose or whatever it may be. You're going to have to wait and see. That's what he did for 20 seasons leading up. Well, it's pretty crazy. You're going to have to wait and see. It's the most dramatic season yet. And then all of a sudden, he does it in a way that he comes off kind of like, who are you? And he kind of has a bad day at the office. Okay. And I'm not making apologies for him, but that was a bad day at the office. And the question we have to ask is that going to be what and again, I'm not speaking for anybody else, but the question we're going to have to ask is that who Chris Harrison is, or are we going to see a side of him that's going to come back, have a redemption story, and have a net positive from all of this? Truthfully, honestly, I don't know how it's going to go. All right, we got 3 calls coming in. Let's take them.
Hey, Dave. This is Linda from Texas.
Hey, Linda.
I'm calling in about this whole story about ratings going down. To be honest, I really don't think they'll go down. I feel like The Bachelor and Bachelorette is everyone's guilty pleasure. There's a few diehard fans that may go, but I agree with you in the sense that I think most people are probably watching more so just to be entertained by the actual drama and the relationships that are being built, not because Chris Harrison is somehow funny or brings something amazing to the table. So yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I think people are overreacting about Chris Harrison leaving.
Well, Linda,
all right, bye.
Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate your phone call. Yeah, someone in the comment section said, when Chris Harrison ever has to have a sit down with one of the leads, he always just looked so like he doesn't want to be there. And it's like, I feel like Chris Harrison's like a dad. Like when the kid throws a baseball through the window, it's like, all right, son, come in. We're going to have a talk. Okay, did you bang before the fantasy suite? We're going to have a talk. Like, I feel like that's the energy he has now. I totally think it's a good idea to bring in other mentors. I think that's a separate, it's like you watch a football game. You got the commentators, then you got the field reporter. We need Chris Harrison, and then we need the field reporters, which are people close to the same generation of the contestants that are trying to bump Harrison in a yurt. A couple more voicemails. We'll get out of here.
Hey, Dave. This is Catherine calling from Florida. I've been watching your live stream.
Hey, Catherine.
First, I just want to say I left a note for you in the chat. So if you get a second, take a look at that. That'd be awesome. But I want to talk about the ratings. I kind of agree with you now that things are opening up. Like I said, I live in Florida, so things are definitely opening up here.
Yeah.
People definitely won't be watching TV as much, I don't think. But just because they're not watching it live doesn't mean that they're not watching it the next day, on Hulu or something, because that's how I usually watch anyway. But I also just want you to know, just because I don't watch the episode live does not mean that I don't watch your recap videos after the fact. So you should not be worried about it. Even if I don't watch the show, I definitely still watch your recap videos, because then I get all of the good parts and none of the crap. So don't worry about that. But I love your live stream, Dave. I love your channel. I think that your videos are great, and I just really appreciate what you're doing. Thanks so much. Bye.
Catherine, thanks so much. And hey, if you don't mind pointing me to what you said in the chat's blown up. There's so many comments. I don't know if I'll be able to find exactly what you said. Send me a text to this number. I can respond to text messages from this number. I don't normally do that, but I'd love to know what you're saying there, because I'm sorry, I just can't talk and respond to the chat all at the same time. So if I missed you, I do apologize.
Hi, Dave. I just got your last chance message. This is Natalie or Nitley or ABF. And I just wanted to call because you said to call. It's our last chance. And I hate the sound of my own voice. So I'm going to cringe when you play this if you do. But I love what you're doing. I love Tassa.
It's so funny. Oh, we lost you. Did you drop the phone in the pool? I think she dropped the phone in the pool. Hold on. We got her. She called back.
David, Natalie again. You're shit.
It sounds like your phone. It sounds like your phone fell into the dryer and it just. Well, excuse me. Oh, now I'm dying. Oh boy, I guess that's the end of the video. Anyway, so I did want to bring this up before we'll wrap it all up. We'll tie it all up here to just. I think do I have the right one here? No, that's the wrong one. Hold on. I got different clips here. Oh boy. Here it is. So speaking of Jade and well, by the way, so I'll just say this, and I appreciate if I'm all over the place. I'm trying to do this on the fly. I'll say this. I think Chris Harrison can come back, and we can see what happens with Tayshia and Caitlyn and have that evolve as something too. I think that the best scenario for ABC moving forward, for Bachelor moving forward, is to understand, look, we know you have concerns about him. We want to make this right, and let's talk our way through this. If you got in a fight with a family member, you'd want to talk it out with your family member. And I think that's what needs to be done here. I think that conversation needs to happen way better than Chris Harrison, given his ashen apology to Michael Strahan, who God knows has his own issues. I think we need to either have some long-form conversation about it all or have it take place on the show. So we'll have to see how that goes. Now, we have Jade and Tanner, after they were speaking, they've got a buyer for their $3 million home. If you felt like you were wondering why people decide to go on The Bachelor, it's because you can buy a $3 million home. And I feel like they weren't even in the market to sell. Look at these pop-up ads. I know people say, Dave, you got to get a pop-up ad blocker, but this is just asinine here. The couple who met on the reality spinoff series in 2015, married in 2016, and have seen their family expand over the years. In 2019, they welcomed a son, Brooks, into their master closet of the home. Oh yeah, that was a weird part of the article where they said they birthed their son in their master closet. How big's your house? We give birth in the closet. Very nice. Colton was doing something else in the closet in 2016, but I digress. So here it is. What a beautiful home. Of course, it's a wide-angle lens, so it makes it look a little bigger than that. But this is what $3 million gets you in Los Angeles. It's nice and all, but it's like, apparently they bought this home for what? Someone said only less than $1 million or just over $1 million, and it tripled in value. They're 34. They revealed to People magazine in 2019 that they worked with interior designer Caitlin Wright and Hannah Rodriguez of Realm Design Co. to bring a cool, earthy California look at the Orange County home. So it's 4,400 square feet. Oh, a nice outdoor bar. That's kind of nice. Oh, Ash and Kirsten with the $5. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Can't wait to see Tasha's fashion content. Hope everyone has a good weekend. Thank you so much, Ash. I appreciate that. And Kirsten, I appreciate that. So yeah, this place, it looks great. Don't get me wrong, but this is what $3 million. I know in the Midwest, $3 million will get you a full cul-de-sac community, but this is what you get over here is it does look really nice. What does Tanner do, by the way? No, I'm not trying to slight him as a reality star, but what do they do? Look at that, free range. They got the whole thing, nice islands, some jute rugs. You can tell I'm in a relationship. I'm looking at the jute rugs. I'm like, those are the nice jute rugs. Anyway, pegged in an oasis, gave birth in a closet. Who knows? Maybe they got pegged in the closet too. The property is built to offer an ultimate indoor-outdoor living experience, which includes a saltwater pool, spa, fire pit, and cabana with outdoor kitchen, barbecue, refrigerator, TV, sound system, and a retractable overhead awning to control the sun. Topping off the main floor is a spacious guest suite with a private bathroom and separate powder room. Upstairs is the master suite with panoramic deck, sitting area, and opulent bathroom with soaking tub, walk-in shower, and quartz counter. You gotta love a realtor fluffing up a place. They got the nice outdoor fire pit. So anyway, they put it on the market and it sold in 2 days, which is pretty crazy. That just goes to show why people like me can't buy a home in California. Because look, they were last year Roper made headlines when she scored first place with this is interesting. They scored first place with DraftKings Millionaire Maker event, banking $1 million that was later revoked following allegations that she had cheated. Roper currently co-hosts a podcast, Mommies Tell All, with her fellow Bachelor alum Carly Waddell. Tolbert's day job is selling cars. Really? Sells cars? Tolbert initially appeared on the 11th season of The Bachelorette during Caitlin Bristow's run. Roper was on the 19th season of The Bachelor. So there it is, folks. There you have it. I'm happy for them. I like them. They seem like good people. Everything I say is in jest. It's all good. Good people there. So anyway, they sold their home. And that'll do it for this clip. And to watch the full video, you can go to the live stream later on for those Friday people. Otherwise, let's just keep on going in with this live chat and wrap things up. I am going to be wrapping things up with this live chat. Looks like we got, Susan from Michigan here. Let's go to Susan from Michigan.
Hey, Dave. This is Susan from Michigan. I don't know if I'll make the call tonight, but I just wanted to say, as far as ratings, this show is old as dirt, and I stopped watching long ago. I just got back into it the last season or so because of YouTube channels like yours, which make it much more entertaining. So, to me, Chris Harrison is like the old school host. Maybe a comfort level for a lot of people, but the show really needs a reset, and it needs to kind of come into modern times. So I really look forward to Katie's season, and I just look forward to your recaps. Again, you're the reason I'm back into The Bachelor. Woo! Thanks, and keep it up.
Susan
Bye-bye.
in Michigan, thank you so much for the phone call. I am going to be getting out of here.